Like Winters.
It's like the chicken and the egg question. We just don't know. Good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell High, I guess to be technically a Band Boosters would be the official.
Yes.
But with the RHS band. It's all the same family here.
That's it.
But Chris and Denise Samuels with us this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you doing today? In unison? Just like a couple of... Y'all do a lot together, don't you?
Yeah, we've been married a while.
Yeah, me and my wife, same way. Same kind of deal. Know that. Been there, done that. Got that drill. So how are you guys doing this morning?
Really good. Thanks for having us on. I appreciate it.
I know we were just talking because for folks that don't remember, actually Denise, I used to interview her a lot during tailgate parties or football games on Friday nights, and she was. Well, I guess we could just say Miss Cowbell, maybe.
That's it. I'm known for the cowbell. Yeah.
We didn't let her bring it this time.
Yeah, we knew she was on the parking lot. You could hear that cowbell.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know we've actually had you on the show here a couple times too, if I remember right. At least once or twice. I know you've been on this show.
Maybe with theater stuff.
Yeah, I know we've talked before on this show too. But you guys have been with the. All right, I guess we were just talking about this off air. You guys, this is kind of round two. For you guys with the band because, it's kids. You know how that is. When you have one kid go through and then a couple years later, kid number two's right on the heels. All right, is there any more kids behind this one?
No, thankfully we're done after this.
This is our baby.
So welcome to round two of Time with the Band here. So on Saturday, the Roswell High Band, they're doing a fundraising event, but at the same time, doing something to remember, 9/11 and all that happened on that day. It's kind of cool because it's kind of like what the firefighters do on 9/11. You know how a lot of times they'll go to like a tall building, and then hike up the stairs and do something to remember. You guys are doing that in your own way. You guys are like, we're a marching band. Guess what we do? We march.
Right.
So we're going to grab our instruments and we're going to march, and we're going to march around kind of the blocks around the Roswell High area there on South Main.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And marched, spend a few hours marching and sweating and and all that, but and raising money for the band, and then at the same time, raising remembrance and awareness for 9/11 at the same time here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what time do you guys getting started on Saturday?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
is when we leave Roswell High, so
Okay.
we'll probably have to start setting up about 7:30.
Okay.
So some of these kids might be a little grumpy in the morning.
Yeah, they don't like to see 7 a.m. on a weekend morning. That's bad enough
Especially the day after a game.
This is
just
true.
saying.
This is true.
But they're excited. We're excited. So
Good deal.
Yeah.
So obviously this is a fundraising event. We want to try to raise as much money for these kids. Obviously, band for folks that don't know, it covers a lot of the. It's expensive to have the band, the equipment, the forget the traveling and the food and all the stuff that incurs anytime the band moves to someplace for an event or a competition or what have you. But just the equipment, the uniforms, everything it takes for them to get out on a field is very expensive. And obviously the school helps with some of that, but a lot of it's raised by the parents, the boosters, and the kids themselves, and earning their keep for their organization, so to speak.
Absolutely. And right now we are planning to go to 5 different marching competitions.
Okay.
And buses are expensive.
And I imagine that even in the world of COVID, it's even more expensive and things. Because that's just the world we live in now.
Right.
Nothing's easier.
Right.
Well, and thankfully our band has actually grown, so we have to have 2 buses.
Oh, so we need more buses to double the expense there.
Exactly.
Right. And so that is a big reason what this fundraiser is going to help with, is to help get us our buses so we can go to the marching competitions.
Gotcha.
So, because the kids learn at these marching competitions. They get to see other bands perform. Yeah. It's really a great experience for them.
Absolutely. It's just for. And I have zero musical ability here, so I touch an instrument. That's a disservice to society. But what these kids learn in band and everything, that all of that and more, when we talk about sports and they talk about the things sports build and teamwork, characters, like band. How much precision and if one person's off just a little, how that messes up the whole thing. Everyone's got to be. it's all marching band puns, beating to the same drum. All those, it's band. Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
And the coordination with the marching and the playing, and absolutely.
That's all about teamwork. That's all about, you lifting each other up. That's all about, that's all the things that you gain in sports and other things. That's band, and they get, and it's just like the sports side with the camaraderie and traveling and doing all of that, and the competitions. It's very, very rigid, stiff competitions. It's just because we don't know what we're looking for. We just like, hey, that looks pretty good. They sound like a band. They're beating, they're going in circles. They're doing look good. There's a lot of judging things they're looking at, and the way they step, the way they turn. They do it in unison. And I'm just hitting the obvious ones. I'm sure there's way more deeper ones that I have no idea about.
Right, and we don't even know all those either.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my baby. She looks great. Good job.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like, look good to me.
They'll even go and you kind of get graded on the size. If you're supposed to be a 5A school and you are under what that amount should be, you kind of lose points on that.
I guess that makes sense because obviously the more people, the harder, because the more people you got to get on the same page here. So,
exactly.
So I guess a smaller band technically would have an advantage there, I'm thinking. It's easier
they kind of have like different brackets.
Sure.
So that a smaller band isn't competing, head to head with like a huge.
Sure. But I would say, like because you think of, a lot of people think of marching bands at football games where they do like the formations and things on the field.
Yes.
It's a lot easier with 100 people doing that than 6. Just saying.
Yes.
You got 6 people trying to make, all right, we need one more for the team. Come on over. But there's a lot of that here. Now on Saturday, they're not going to be having to be into tight formations and things here, but they're going to be basically a marching band marching up and down the side streets here. Be careful if you're driving in those areas. You'll hear and see them coming. They're the ones with all the instruments.
You'll be able to hear us for sure.
Well, and thankfully the RPD is going to be giving us an escort.
Awesome, very good.
So we do have that. But yes, please be careful when we're. It's going to be on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I kind of have this. It's not really easy to explain on the radio without just showing you the map.
Yeah, it's a very odd.
Right.
Basically, it's going to be on the south end. Think Roswell High is kind of sort of the central part of the route.
Yes.
They're basically going to go as far south as South Park Cemetery in that area, and as far north as like Domino's and the Walgreens at that area there on the south end.
Yep.
So think of it Domino's on, was it Hobbs, or I'm looking at them
on Union and McGaffey.
Yeah, Union and McGaffey. So think that's about as far north there, and that Walgreens closer to South Main there. And then South Park Cemetery, MLK, all that, and that on that. That's, and then they'll go up and down. What street is this one? I can't read it.
We're going to go up Union.
That's Union. So,
yes.
So you're going to spend a good hunk of Union, and then kind of go. But so you kind of get the gist of the area. That's where we're going to be.
Right.
Now, I imagine a lot of it's pre-sponsoring. People can sponsor. Can they sponsor on the route? Like if they see you guys?
Absolutely. We are going to have our kids. Some of the kids that play in what we call the pit, like the xylophone, the piano,
like an orchestra pit would be on a
kind of.
Okay. So when I think of pit in music, I think of like the orchestra pit.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have those kids carrying buckets.
Okay.
And so people can come out and
fill the bucket.
And just throw some money in the bucket. We are also going to make 2 stops.
Okay.
At Monterey Elementary.
Okay.
And Valley View Elementary.
Okay, and do a performance there. Or a little,
and kind of a
routine.
water break for the kids.
Sure.
And,
routine, water up, water fed. Get the horses ready for the next route.
Right. But I mean, we're a marching band. We thrive on excitement and everything, so we'd love to have people coming out cheering on the kids. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
and here's the thing, it's with the marching band here, because it's, obviously you have to learn the songs, know the music and all that, and that's very difficult. But then you have the whole physical element. Yeah, it's great. Okay, I can play all these songs, no problem, but can I do it after just walking a mile and a half while carrying a giant snare drum or a tuba or, maybe the piccolo folks that don't have it so bad, but, people with the tubas and the things that are as big as they are,
Right.
Well, and marching isn't just walking, that we were under that impression when our son went through it the first time.
Yeah.
And when we saw him actually marching, it's like, okay, that's totally different than just walking.
Yeah,
Right.
Sean, our other host here, he was in the RHS band when he was in school.
Go band!
And he was talking about what did he call it? It's like the heel toe thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Not sidestep or sash. What do you call it?
A roll step?
Yeah,
maybe?
he
Glide stepping.
Glide step. That's the
thank you,
term.
Sean.
I couldn't remember the term he was thinking. Glide
I'm an
stepping.
eavesdropper.
Yeah, glide stepping. That's the term he's
I was like,
talking
when do
about.
I get to jump in? When do I get to jump in? So that was my question: are you guys doing full formation, like instruments and everything?
Yes.
Yes, they'll have their
Wow.
Not in the full wool uniforms, though.
Well,
They're
okay.
they're gonna go
T-shirts,
summer.
yeah.
summer
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want the kids to, really keel over.
Yeah.
Those uniforms were brutal. Now, I'm assuming they've updated since I was in band.
Yes, they
Yes.
updated the uniforms
About-
16 or 17, 2016, 2017.
But
Yeah.
up until then, they were using the white with the, oh my God, with the suspendies. Oh, those
Yes.
uniforms were torture.
I think the underlay is still kind of the same thing that
The
you had.
the overall thing.
Right.
But-
And the zip down, which was always such a pain. Like you'd think, because you're trained to zip up a jacket. It was a zip down, and it's just so counterintuitive. Yeah, it was. I know it's.
I'm trying to think how that works. So when you
it doesn't.
zip,
Half the time it doesn't. The thing is up here, and you're like trying to do the thing, and like hook your, and they're passing out plumes. It's just stressful.
so you're zipping it up to taking it off.
No, like you zip it down to like close it.
Yeah, but
Like
how do you get into it?
Imagine.
Like, how's it open to get into it?
It opens like a coat, homie. It just imagine the zipper is on the bottom. Instead of like a normal jacket, the zipper's on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
You hook the clasp and you zip
Oh,
up.
so the actual mechanism's
It's
up here.
up at the top.
Okay,
So
I couldn't
you're
wrap my head around that.
Yeah, you're like doing this thing. It was a whole lot of awkward.
There's nothing easy in marching band.
Right.
Not at all.
Sure,
Right.
I have
A little
the
bit.
coat on upside down
No, I'm positive.
with the sleeves like way down
Maybe
here.
backwards.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm positive. This is what, it's like you at the military. They train you in this high stress environment.
This is true.
So you're ready, when the time comes.
Right.
Well, at least you didn't have to get into it in 90 seconds.
No, you certainly did not. Thank God for that.
That was fun. That was our chem gear fun in the military. Here's your chem gear. You got 90 seconds. You jumping around like trying to hop in a potato sack. And
Right.
it's tough.
Get the seal just right.
But so what's the time frame on Saturday? What time is the band going to be forming, and what time will they start perusing the south end of town here?
We should head out from Roswell High at 8 o'clock.
8 a.m. All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Very
So,
good, kids.
Yes.
You got to
and
be there, be ready to go at 8, which means you guys are probably gathering about 7:30. I'm
That's
thinking.
Yeah.
correct.
Which
Yes.
means you got to probably get up before 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's Saturday. I know. Well, you guys have already explained this to me. Probably not.
But yeah, and then we'll just head out, and
Okay.
like I said, you'll be able to hear us coming.
Sure. How many kids are in the band this year? Do you know approximately?
With our color guard, I think we are right at 60.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Which is one of the
Yeah.
biggest bands
That's nice.
Roswell High has had in a few years.
so you
gonna say.
shouldn't have a problem seeing roughly 60 student
Right.
performers here going up and down the neighborhoods here for on Saturday. If you miss that,
Yes.
you kind of been looking to miss it. Just saying. I mean, it's not like, not only is it going to be a large vast body of kids, they're going to be playing instruments at the loud, as loud
Yes.
as they can. So.
Yes.
So come please support them. Come
Yes.
fill the buckets. If you're not going to be in town Saturday, can they pre-sponsor right now? Is there a way they can?
Absolutely.
Actually,
Like,
we have a Facebook page.
Okay.
They could just find us on Facebook, and they can just message us.
Okay.
And one of the officers will get with them.
Okay.
And get something going.
Okay, just look for RHS band.
Yeah, we're the RHS Big Red Band.
Big Red
is what
Band. Look for that on Facebook, and
Yep.
then follow the page. You can stay up to
Yep.
date on what
Yes,
else, other activities
absolutely.
and things. But then you shoot a message if you'd like to make a donation. And I think I saw something in here about you can sponsor by
I was curious,
distance or
can
event
folks
or-
sponsor by the mile, like a certain
Yes.
student per mile?
They
Yes.
can, or if they just want to do one lump sum.
Sure.
We've gotten a few that just one lump sum.
Here's $20.
So if you got a family member or friend that's in the band and you want to kind of spotlight them, awesome. But if you just want to say, hey, good attaboy to the whole band, awesome, you can do that too.
And
absolutely,
any amount is greatly appreciated.
Sure.
$5. That's great.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
I mean, if there's somebody out there that's independently wealthy and wants to sponsor the band.
If anyone is listening and would like to pay for our buses to marching competitions, God bless you.
I mean, we could even name the trailer that we haul after you. I mean,
Jeff Bezos is a consistent listener here, so you got a good target demo.
I'm kind of curious about that. Has the band done stuff for like events and things for them? Like if they, because I know you guys will perform at events and things and get donation stuff, but we do that. Like, have you had requests for
bar mitzvahs, birthday parties?
Yeah, or anything just like that. They said, hey, hey, I'd like to help the band. Why don't you come play at our thing and we'll give you a couple $100 or something like that. Has that ever been something that's ever been part of the band?
Not that I know of.
Is that even allowed? I don't know with rules in schools and all that. I don't know all the legalities.
I will look into that.
Gig work.
I just feel like it sounds like something that could be a good,
If nothing else, we could start the trend. We could start the gig economy for the high school bands around the country.
Yeah, we could do yard concerts.
Yeah. Ooh,
yes,
exactly. Well, I mean,
annoy your neighbors.
Well,
there you go.
On every single place on the planet, how does a musician make money?
Right.
Gig work.
They just sit there playing, Like the band just
Here's
like,
what you
hey,
do.
we're gonna sit here and play.
Set the band up, and then have all the cases set up in the front, just so people can throw in ones.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
More cases means more donations.
That's right.
One would think.
Those tubas hold big cases.
I know.
Dude,
they could hold a lot of money. A lot.
Tuba alumni, trust me, I know.
Oh, right
Marching
on,
tuba alumni.
right
Those
on.
were a pain. 30 pounds of torture.
Hey, let's find other big. Can you have a marching stand-up bass? Maybe we can get one of those and.
I don't know.
You know how many dollars you could fit in one of those cases?
I'll tell you this. Before I played tuba, I actually played a euphonium or baritone. And the marching baritone is actually it's a gigantic trumpet that you have to you got to keep the bell up, and that thing itself is like 15 pounds.
Oh wow,
that's a hassle.
I mean, let's talk about the Barry saxophone.
Oh, dude. Yeah, any instrument that requires its own carrying strap. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And the case for the Barry sax, it's actually on wheels, like a suitcase. It's that huge.
Okay.
And thankfully, our player is actually taller than it now.
Right.
There for a little bit, he was actually shorter.
It's almost
I can see that as a problem.
It almost feels like a challenge with the Barry sax, with the tubas. You almost see like the smallest students are like, I'll take that on.
I remember in elementary school, and this is when I grew up in Maryland, they in 5th grade, they were trying to recruit kids to start the middle school band in 6th grade. And they always had trouble getting trombone players because at that age, most of the kids' arms weren't long enough to hit.
You see the full extension of the fingers.
Right.
And so as a bribery tool, if they could get kids that were long enough to had long enough arms, they'd bribe them with candy bars. They'd be like, hey, we'll give you a... It was not just a
dangle it
Snickers.
just past 7th position.
Can you reach it? Can you reach it?
She'd literally hold a king-size Snickers up. Anybody want to play trombone? And come on. 5th grader, candy bar.
What got you started on the trombone?
Some kids end up playing trombone because they got lured in by Snickers. Just saying.
Somewhere in the country, there's an amazing trombonist with diabetes.
Oh, sad day.
I mean, I got to go do the other station, but I'm curious. What's the show this year?
It is the Matador and the Rose.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is the competition show.
Yes.
Yeah. And the halftime show.
So it'll be the halftime,
Yep.
and you guys will do parts and things of it each during the halftime shows, and then obviously you have to do the full performance. Usually is that in the spring or is that in the winter?
No, marching band is just during the fall.
Yeah.
Just during the fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And in fact, October is when we have all of our competitions. And so band parents refer to that as Bandtober because every weekend we've, got a marching competition, a football game.
Are you doing Denver City this year?
Yes.
Oh my God, the torture.
I
love Denver City, but it's just it always annoyed me.
The trip to get there, is that the rough part?
The trip was great, but it always annoyed me. We'd put everything we had into the show, and then like Plano would bring fireworks. It just never seemed fair.
I got you.
Friendship.
Friendship. Oh my gosh.
They had a dragon
school to beat
one year.
kind of thing?
That is Friendship is a phenomenal band.
They're huge,
They
massive.
are huge. They have they always have a phenomenal show.
Friendship.
But
Is that Dallas area?
I'm not sure where they're from.
Friendship. I feel like it's a Texas.
Texas.
Dallas.
It is
It's
Texas.
Texas.
I'm not-
Dallas,
I'm
Texas
sure
area,
offhand.
Yeah.
But hey, we are mighty.
Yes.
We have a lot of heart.
Absolutely.
My golly.
It was great to see. And that's the valuable lessons the kids learn, and it's all part of the trip and the experience and all of that stuff. So
Yeah. But it is fun for them to get to see.
Oh yeah,
Those bigger bands.
It's probably their kind of version of the Super Bowl for them. When you have that many eyeballs and that much, I guess you could say the pressure's on in that situation. So that's that. As far as that moment, that's about it for the band. That's about as high as it gets. That's that moment for them. So really cool. Come see them this Saturday. Come out.
Yes.
And like I said, they're going to be like I said, if you hang out kind of on Union, McGaff, you hang out definitely around Domino's or South Park Cemetery, certainly around Roswell High. In those areas, you'll hear and see the band approach and come and watch the band, follow them along, and let's fill up those buckets. You'll see the pit kids with the buckets and then fill up those buckets, and let's raise as much money. Please look for the RHS band Facebook page. To sponsor. You can sponsor right now. Go there and sponsor the whole band. You can sponsor one of the band members by distance, whatever you want to do. Or just cut them a big check and say, good luck and have fun, and let's do this. And let's help them because all of this will make sure they get to all these competitions this year, make sure they have the buses. And like you guys were saying before, we've got more kids this year in the band.
Yes.
That's a good thing. More
It's
volunteering.
awesome.
Which means we need 2 buses, so more money. So So we're gonna have to do another lap around the south end here to make some more money. So
One more time.
that's right. Not quite full. Let's keep going. Hey, maybe that's the move. We will not stop these kids until you fill these buckets.
Oh, the poor kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might get child services involved.
They might.
That'd be a good idea. Never forget that.
Yeah, let's scratch
fill the
that.
buckets.
Right, there you go.
And then, of course, what as far as other help and things? I mean, is there? Obviously the band boosters and your parents they kind of do a lot, but is there help that you can use outside of that, other than financial? Or?
Water. Cases of water
donations
is always appreciated.
Okay.
These kids, they'll go through a case of water.
Okay.
2 cases of water. When we went to Hobbs last week, we had 4 cases of water that we iced down. We went through all of it, and Hobbs was actually kind of cold and rainy.
Okay.
And
so
we
that
still
wouldn't
went
even
through
let
that
it on
amount.
it. Yeah.
So, if you are like, okay, I can't give any money, but I might be able to donate a case of water.
Yeah, that
would
awesome.
be great.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Or bring a couple cases with you on Saturday while you see them out and about. Don't put the cases of water in the bucket. Talk to one of
Right,
these
right.
Yeah,
we'll be in our cars. We'll put the water in the car. That'd be great.
Yeah, some of the boosters are going to be following. So if you've got something like that, just wave one of us down and we will gladly pick it up for you.
And of course, if you can shoot a message on the Facebook there through the messenger,
Absolutely.
if you want to make make arrangements for a more bigger donation, or you don't feel like chasing them around with a case of water around town, make
Fair
arrangements to meet them.
Oh, that's fair.
Any of these things here too. And then of course come out to the games on Friday nights here too and see the band performance and see as they get ready for competition here in October. And just root on. I mean, obviously, we're talking RHS, so root on the RHS band. But if you're out there at the Wool Bowl on Friday nights, root on that Goddard band and root all of our kids on. And,
Exactly.
and support them. And they're all busting their tails to get getting the best performances and really preparing to be adults here and getting those lessons in do quite a bit of kids actually get scholarships and things through band and stuff? Is there?
Yes.
Quite a few of the kids actually get scholarships through this? That's awesome.
We have had a lot of our band alumni attend in Portales and also Las Cruces with the bands there.
Awesome.
And yes, they definitely can get scholarships.
I'm glad to
in
hear
the band.
that too, because I mean, I was like, that's a bummer if they don't, all that free labor and some college doesn't covet that. I would think somebody would.
They do, yes. Definitely.
Good deal. Yeah, because I imagine the band, the college band competitions are even more intense than than the high school ones, I would think too, because I'm sure they demand a little bit more. As just like anything, as people rise up, the competition gets more challenging. So.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
Good deal. So come out this Saturday. Look for the RHS band. They're going to be doing their March-A-Thon here on Saturday, 9/11. They're going to be out. Bring your flags. Bring your American flags. Let's make a patriotic thing.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, let's make a patriotic thing of it. And please come out, cheer them on. The more the merrier. The band would love to, musicians love an audience.
That's the truth.
These kids feed off of the energy. So if we have people screaming and yelling for them, they are going to be playing even louder.
Yes.
Yeah.
So come on out. Look, like I said, look about 8 o'clock to start hearing the beating of the drums and the blowing of the horns and everything else, and go until approximately about 11 or so. Hopefully, do some want to get the laps due here, and we obviously. The weather will, if it start getting really crazy, you can see kids getting little tired. Then
yeah.
All right, let's
have they been training?
Yes,
doing the track. I'm assuming because we did one March-A-Thon in my sophomore year, and we for the whole week leading up to it, we actually every day we just went to the track and just did the track the whole hour-and-a-half class.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It was a lot. But so I'd assume that some training, probably just some extra work on the extended marching.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm curious, who's got it tougher in a march? Is it those that beat or those that blow? What do you think? Who's got the heart? Because I would think the folks that have to blow through an instrument, you have to control your breathing and walking. I imagine that's got to be harder than drumming.
Here's the thing: as long as you've got the rhythm when you're in the percussion section, as long as you know the rhythm, it's generally just kind of a rhythmic thing. The problem when you're marching, especially with brass instruments, is you got to keep your bell up. So it's a lot of keeping this up.
Okay.
Also keeping in time with the glide stepping and remembering your notes and your music.
Gotcha.
And again, I'm biased because I was brass, so I feel like the brass probably have it a little harder. I mean, granted, the woodwinds there's quite a few challenges there as well.
Yeah. But really the drummers are setting the pace anyway, right?
Yeah.
At least when I was in the military. When we marched, the drum cadence is what we're marching to.
Here's the thing.
That's our beat step.
You've got your band, and then you've got your drum line. It was a completely different group, like a completely different. They had their own world. They have they build their own cadences. I would literally sit there and be like, I want to learn Rubber Biscuit. They would do their own classes, and so they know like 16 or 17 different cadences to keep the rhythm and things. But they pardon the pun, they beat to their own drum.
Okay. Yeah. I was curious. That was good. I've seen that movie Drumline. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen that movie? Drumline?
I haven't.
With Nick Cannon?
Yeah, it was the early 2000s that came out. It's basically, it's a sports movie, but it's Drumline in college and so all that. But anyway, that movie kind of made it like the Drumline guys were like the rock star cool. You know what I mean? They were like, the cool ones, and the rest of you. If you got that was the impression that movie made. It. So was it kind of like that?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. One of my favorite things to do was drill downs.
Yes.
I loved drill downs. We would do. I don't know. Did you guys do the ice cream social this year?
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
Tradition.
Of course. So we would get out there. The ice cream social. Everybody gets on the back of the out back of the band hall, and then on the practice field, we would all line up in formation and. Drum major would just call random orders, like left oblique, right oblique, and if you missed your step, you were out.
Okay.
And it was basically, and it would speed up as you went along.
Okay.
The pace would speed up, and it was by the end of it, you would have like these two people just like hearts going
about facing and
just back, and the calls were it was always insane. It was like about hut, and you were just like doing this by the end.
Right.
It was great. Oh, those were great. Those were fun.
They still get some of that camaraderie and that stuff going on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good
and
deal.
we've got 2 drum majors this year.
Wow.
They're I know there's a lot of misunderstanding sometimes when you say drum major and they're like, they play the drums.
Well, technically, one of them does play the drums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But they're the guys up there on the podium.
They're the leaders,
Band
the
leaders.
directors.
Yes. And we have 2, Jordan and Aiden.
Nice.
So, yep.
Do they do their thing at the same time? Like, are they? And I'm guessing certain parts of the band's paying attention to one and the other's not. Because you know what I mean. I'm guessing they have their own areas of the band there. Because I would imagine for cross signals, I don't know. I don't know anything about.
They pretty much do the same thing at the same time, and it is just one of those things that they can pay attention to one.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I didn't know if one was given some commands that would be different than this or on this side.
And I mean, that's one thing we do too, is we send our drum majors to Texas Tech for the drum major camp.
Oh, okay. Wow.
During the summer. And normally when they come back from that camp, they are a totally different kid.
They are fired up.
You know
what
happens? I know when our son went,
all the
he
energy.
He was kind of
changes in me.
I left the boy and I came back as drum major.
That's it right there. You're right.
He was really reserved about being drum major, and then we sent him for a week, and we came back and picked him up, and he was just excited,
that's cool,
ready to lead the band. Nice. And I know it was the same for Aiden and Jordan, and we want to be able to send Aiden again next year because he is our junior drum major. Jordan is our senior.
You got them all mixed up.
Yeah, just all confused.
It's the Dans, I get it.
So, we want to send him again. We want to send whoever becomes our junior drum major. And it would be nice if we could get enough money so we could send some of our student
drum
leaders
line,
to this, because Texas Tech has a great program when it comes to the drum major camp. They actually just have a band camp that week.
Gotcha.
That is just awesome.
Good deal. And it really kind of trains your leaders, your youth leaders.
And 80% of it's just confidence, because it's hard to be a student, leading your peers. It's having that confidence to stand there and say, you watch me and do what I say. And that confidence, that's 80% of it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So come see the fruit of their work this Saturday.
Yes.
Come on out. Come out for the March-A-Thon again. Just kind of hang out in the south end of town, a few blocks north-south of Roswell High. You're bound to see the band at some point throughout the morning there.
Or
come
if
by.
you just want to meet us at Valley View or Monterey.
That's going to be a stop there and for a water break and a performance and everything else.
Yes.
And I guess you probably need to swap out equipment or do anything like that, and change a tire or anything like that. We'll do it on the
don't
fly.
say things like that. Oh, my goodness.
I was thinking NASCAR pit crew.
Right, okay.
Everything we need there.
Thankfully, we don't have to haul the trailer around on this trip.
I don't know if you need to oil up a horn or something. I don't know.
Right. A new reed and the clarinet,
Any kind of work around there. So, and of course, if anybody has any questions, you can probably your best resource would be to shoot those questions in the Roswell High band Facebook page.
Absolutely.
If you have any questions about the event, or if you want to make a donation that and not going to be there, but want to help out and support, you can address all that through the Facebook page there.
Yes.
Otherwise, just come on out Saturday, look for the band, and like you said, you guys are going to be probably rolling out of Roswell High about 8 a.m. out of the parking lot there. So start there if you want to. They're going to start out there, line the streets there and just get your spots, come out, cheer the band, and give them some woos and claps, and maybe wave some American flags. It is also, it's a fundraising, but we're also remembering all those Americans we lost on that day too. So
Absolutely.
And then the sacrifices there. So please come on out. Let's make it a patriotic thing. Let's have some fun, and let's support these kids and their efforts too. So
yes.
Awesome. Did we get it all?
I think so.
We did. Thank you so much.
Anytime. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, and if we want to get some of the, I know it's hard with the kids and all, but around competition time, they want to come and talk or afterwards and recap. And
that'd be great.
you can do all that stuff. Just let me know.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it can. It's kind of hard to get a band in a radio studio, but maybe we can get one or two.
Yeah.
We might be able to get a couple. So.
Sorry, trombone guys, you don't have the room. Piccolo people, come on in. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
It is 7:54.